Hello, everyone. Sorry it took me a little bit of time to get all of the goodies dialed in here. Please let me know when you can hear me. Again, sometimes it happens that we start a little bit late. These things take place. I'm gonna do a flatten here, and we're gonna jump right in. And I'm gonna show you today's going to be kind of a really cool day. I'm going to show you something super powerful and good that many of you might not be utilizing at all. And I'm going to tell you why you should be. Okay. All right. Very, very good. I'm glad you guys are in here. It's been a great week. Missed you guys. And we've got a lot of exciting stuff to cover today. And I'm just going to dive right in here and I'm going to start the money machine in sim mode today. I really wanted to do some live trading, but I just got an upgrade. We tried to, you remember, I'm testing. You guys saw it live last week, and there's just a couple of bugs, and I don't want to trade live and have the system get all retarded. No offense. So we're going to do it in sim, but I'm going to teach you today how to pick the direction. I mean, it's something that everybody should want to know how to do. And that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to start. Let's see, I'm going to go to the money machine settings. Remember, once again, that you are seeing, make this a little bit bigger so everyone can see. Money machine settings. Okay, what am I going to do? Part of the trading process, as everyone here probably understands, is the very basics of picking a direction. Now, I know a lot of you always, I mean, typically, most people only buy. That's okay. But the question that you may want to ask yourself, well, when do you start the money machine? Let's say you're going long only, and let's say that you're thinking, okay, I want to do this automated trading system. When should I do it? So this window right here, what we're doing right now on the depth side, and I'm just again sharing with you guys, is we are integrating the market pulse as a directional signal indicator. So since I've turned on this live stream, even though the market today is down 200 points on the NASDAQ, down 182 points on the Dow Jones, it was down much more at the open. But do you guys see this, and do you understand, or have you ever seen this window before? Do I need to totally explain what it is? Would love to get some feedback. Also, by the way, it's a great time to tell me that you can hear my voice and the sounds coming in well. This window is one of the most important windows, and we are working hardcore right now to kind of boost its prominence technologically and integrate it into the money machine. And I want to be talking about how to utilize it. And that's what we're going to do. So I want to first make sure everyone here can hear me. Okay, love it, Pepe. Thank you, Truth Seeker. Yeah, so Truth Seeker said, I've seen this window, but don't know how to access it. Okay, this is all very good stuff. Let me, I'm going to close this toolbar down. I'm going to move this a little bit here. I'm going to move this here and I'm going to show everybody how to access the window. I'm going to show you what it does and why it's maybe the most important window in Trade Ideas. You know, you got to like it when I start with that. Okay. So I want to first remind you all a little bit of what differentiate, and we start here because you know that you guys have lots of choices with your subscription dollars. We have lots of people competing with Trade Ideas, quote unquote. And the problem, of course, is that marketing is a little bit full of shit for the most part. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, everybody's website kind of says the same bullshit. And now what everyone does is they're like, we've got AI. Everything is AI. You have to almost wonder what the A stands for. I got a couple of ideas. My first idea, the word ends with the letter L. I'm not going to say it, but I'm just giving you guys some humor. This is how I roll. Again, this is my sense of humor. And the reason that I'm discussing this is that I want to have a clear perspective for our potential subscribers and current subscribers in terms of, well, what is the differentiation of Trade Ideas from all these other vendors? I mean, why should I use Trade Ideas versus TradingView, TrendSpider, TC2000, NinjaTrader, Ortex, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I want to give you guys just a visual demonstration of what the difference is first. And I'm going to do it by simply going to an alert window, and this will tie back into this. And then we're going to start everything and get the ball rolling. Okay. So I'm going to go to new and I'm going to go to alert window. So this is the default that comes up. Notice ChatGPT is here to help if you need it. And we have a bunch of things that are kind of ready for you to go, like, you know, neutral strategies, a bunch of bullish strategies that you don't have to. Let me just expand this real quick. You don't have to even know how to configure anything. Although, again, we've got GPT help. We've got everything that you need. Down big yesterday, but up big today. Okay. Notice that this tells you what the alert is, what the filters are. Everything is ready to go. But the reason that we are the dominant force in self-directed trading fintech, okay, is I'm going to start from scratch. I'm not actually going to do anything. So starting from scratch erases all the settings. Okay, so we got nothing here. I'm going to go to Windows specific filters. I'm going to hide unused, and I'm going to go to search. And I'm going to go to just the filters. Okay, and I want you to kind of understand that there's a real important thing here that differentiates Trade Ideas from every other vendor, and it's this inventory. Of course, everyone can say, okay, this is kind of like the screener inventory. Of course, price, minimum and maximum. What about the spread? To watch the spread, you have to be watching the data in real time very closely. Bid size, how much is there to buy? Ask size, how much is there to sell? What about a ratio? Okay. Average number of prints. Do you want to get into something that is typically moving or just started moving? These are all things that you can select from, but let's dive in here to the special sauce. 1 minute volume. You ain't going to get this on TradingView, TrendSpider, or any other vendor because you have to make it yourself. So we allow our subscribers to filter, which means to view data specifically on parameters that other vendors don't. And I'm just going to scroll down here and start just giving you a little bit of inventory. 2 minute range, today's range, average true range, yearly standard deviation. Okay. What is the yearly standard deviation? let's say 2. Show me stocks where the years so only 1,149. Every one of these things, of course, has a definition, and you can look it all up. But my point is, okay, let me go back here, is that we just have more data for you to slice and dice. Look at these dollar and percent ranges for 5-minute, 30-minute. The amount of power that you have here, and by the way, including options, gap, styles, how close it is to the whole number. I mean, these are things that, once again, see if I can bring this in for you. Bear with me. It's loading in another page. The power is just extraordinary. Okay. So where is the decimal is this way you can describe, like, I want it up a certain amount over 1 or 5 or 10 minutes, but I also want it at the 0.9, meaning very close to the whole number. Or if you want it at the 0.2, like, meaning just starting, like, that's how specific you can get. Do you guys understand? Like, again, this ain't no joke. And I'm just giving you an example of the things that differentiate our data. And notice you can combine it with the overall market. So this allows you to get the look at VWAP, S1 pivots. We allow you to do more with data than any other vendor in the history of fintech when it comes to technical price descriptive data. This is the kind of data that you and I can use versus the fundamental bullshit that you get from Bloomberg. Okay. There's just nothing else that comes even remotely close to this power. And I'm bragging about it because it actually relates to what I'm going to show you in terms of being able to paint a picture. I mean, this has to tell you, like, dang, did you even know? Float turnover. How quickly is the float turning over? I mean, this is all stuff that we know as people who are momentum-based traders, that this is critical. And of course, you can combine it with fundamental data. And you can even create custom formulas if you know how to use our own version of the scripting, which I'm not going to get into, but these are all my own custom formulas that I created. Pepe is probably the master of custom formulas. Okay. But this is just an example, explanation of the power. So why am I saying that this window is one of the most important windows that you can watch? And why is it so critical to picking a direction? Okay, let me explain very clearly. So do you guys understand what you're seeing here? It says positive market pulse versus negative market pulse. And you see this is a green line. This is alerts per second. And this is a red line, alerts per second. And you can see the stock ticker at the bottom. What is happening here? Right click, configure. So let me show you. So it's called a compare count configure. So once again, we're looking at the mathematical tape reading of an event. And here what we're saying is, I'm going to go to configure. You're watching new highs, 30-minute and 60-minute highs for stocks that are between 1 and 1,000 and are trading 1.5. So let's talk about how this relates to money machine settings and what you may want to do. Let's say in the money machine, I'm trading stocks between, I'm going to be looking to trade kind of the stuff that I've shown you all. The super momentum stocks is kind of like what I like to call it. These are the ones like between $2 and let's call it $25, the big movers. They're right now trading at 1.5 relative volume. Okay, but I'm going to exclude anything over 10 because that's not the norm. And we're trying to get a feel for the broader picture. Okay, so it's 1.5 to 10, and it's trading 500,000 shares today already. It has traded this much. So I'm going to go to select alerts, and you can see what's selected. Pre-market highs are kind of irrelevant and post-market highs because that's not going to take place right now. But I'm going to look up, let's say, 5 minute, and I'm going to add a 5-minute high. Okay. So I got 5, 60, 30. I'm going to add a 10-minute. Oops. Pepe is a legend. I'm going to have to get him to teach me how to use the software one of these days. 100% better than I am at it. Okay. So do you guys see what I'm doing? I'm looking at 5, 10, 30, 60, and daily highs. I can just uncheck this for right now. Okay. And I'm going to call this positive money machine market pulse. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. So now I need, that's the green data, but now I need to compare it to something. Okay. So I'm going to go to collaborate, which I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go to the red data, and I'm going to collaborate, and I'm going to paste it. Then I'm going to go to configure, and you're going to see that it pasted everything that I put in there. Okay, so I copied the green and I put it into the red. Well, obviously that makes no sense, but notice we've got this. Boom, flip. I hit the flip button and it inverts all the settings. So now I'm going to say negative. Oops. Can't type, and I press the caps lock. Negative money machine market pulse. I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to hit OK. So let's talk about what we're about to see. So what is going on? So now you just started watching a pulse of events that are potentially, and I'm going to expand this so you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, so right now we just decided which way are we going? Are we going to be buying or are we going to be selling? And let's just look at some of the things that we're doing here. You know, there's all sorts of stuff going on. But do you understand what you are watching? So what you're watching is a tape reader of positive versus negative events, and they're kind of close right now. I mean, 41-59, but the negatives have overtaken the positives. And so hypothetically speaking, if I'm going to pick a direction right now based on what I'm seeing the moment that I opened the window, which way am I going, long or short? Can somebody tell me in the chat? I'm waiting. Come on, chat people, talk to me. What's the readout? Is it positive or is it negative? Exactly. So David, right, definitely short. But let me give you another perspective real quick. Yes, definitely short in a sense, but what it may be telling you, and this is a critical hint that I'm going to give you. Remember, many people don't short. Okay. So, what it's simply telling you right now, if you want to trade the money machine long, maybe this is a point in time where you're simply just not turning it on. Do you see what I'm saying? Knowing when to go and when not to go is a critical component of trading. Timing is everything. So right here, notice that the bullish meter is heading lower relative to the bearish meter. So that means negative momentum is starting to pick up a little bit. You can see that. 68% to 32%. Look at the stream at the bottom. So what that means is you are potentially helping yourself hugely by simply not getting in to anything right now. Knowing when to go hit the button is a gigantic component of success and or failure. I want you to process what I'm telling you. So first of all, I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit save and share to the cloud because you know how I do this. Save and share, copy, and I'm going to paste this into our chat. So everybody who is a Trade Ideas subscriber, you can copy that link, go to File, and load from cloud, and you can load exactly what I just gave you. Please let me know if you've succeeded in doing that. And I'm about to demonstrate something else that's also kind of cool. Okay. So again, we're watching. We are long biased, and I'm only just pretending. Thank you, Joe. I'm only just pretending a hypothetical, but I'm showing you how successful speculators make decisions. Remember when I made the analogy that our odds maker and our AI are analogous to a card counter in Vegas. Okay. Why are the casinos not letting you count cards? Let me do this. I'm going to make this smaller. For now, I'm going to expand this much more. Boom. Okay. Why is it that you're not allowed to card count in Vegas? You're not allowed to card count in Vegas because it gives you the edge over the house. This is what you have here with the pulse and compare count. And by the way, this window only exists in Trade Ideas. Our competitors are crying right now when I'm showing you this. I mean, you can't get this window anywhere else. So you can see clearly that your odds of getting long right now are, most of the events that are coming through are negative. And this has happened since we started. When we turned it on, boom, it comes in, and then you're seeing this just play out. I love the ability of giving my subscribers an edge that the market makers and the technicians just don't even understand. This is way beyond RSI or stochastics or Kelter or Bollinger. Think about the power of what you are witnessing and how elegantly simple it is. What you're doing here is you're comparing intraday movements on thousands of stocks, but very specific to the kind of movement that you're looking for. And you're understanding, remember, we talked about the price is, what's going on. We're looking at certain types of things. Not everything is negative. There's some positive things, and if anything, some of these things, like, it's always very interesting. Okay, you got the ETFs. I didn't filter this thing for ETFs, just FYI. But sometimes some of the more interesting plays, right? When the market's getting annihilated and you're seeing, well, what is going up? If you are going to be trading the long side, these are kind of just interesting things to see. Not a big fan of China in any way, shape, or form. But what's going on here? What's going on here? Notice that this is kind of like, I hate to use the analogy, but this is the gold mining. You're mining for gold in what is otherwise, like a canyon, but you're seeing things that others aren't seeing. Okay, so there was a question about how do you open the money machine window. The money machine window is not quite available yet. It is not in TI Pro. And when you are on the live streams, I'm always showcasing you the newest of the new. And I was actually my intent was to live trade it today for you in my E-Trade account to show you more of that stuff. But unfortunately, there's some bugs in it, and it would just be silly for demonstration purposes. We're moving it forward quickly, but in the interim, there's just some issues, and I can't I can't exactly turn it on without getting an exception. These things happen. Okay. So notice, by the way, what's happening with the negative since like 9:25. So in the last 4 minutes, the positive is stabilizing and the negative is falling. Watch what I'm about to do. This is key. Okay. Right click, duplicate. I'm showing you some high level Tiger Woods type shit right here. So what I just did, and I want to explain why this is so powerful, is remember that here you're just watching this since 9:20. So we've done like 10 minutes. I started since 9 o'clock. We were 30 minutes into the live stream. And we've watched as the market started and has gotten pretty negative, but the negative is pivoting. But if you just started it right now, remember, I'm giving you perspective of making the trading decisions, right? The positive tried to come up, but then a wave of selling just hit. So see this? This is what you're seeing here. And once again, what's happening is if you're going long, your odds are much smaller for success in from a purely statistical numeric point of view. But there are interesting things that are doing things on the positive side, and you can spot them. I'm not saying that this means that it's ready to go. I'm just saying that you can see data in a different way. Ultra short ETF. That makes sense why it's going down. Let me do something real quick here. So the ultra short ETFs, they kind of, you know what they do, obviously, and you can see why and understand what's happening. But let me go right here, and I'm going to go to configure. I'm going to click configure, and I'm going to go to search, and I'm going to type in EPS. This is the earnings per share. Okay. Add filter. And what I'm doing here is I'm making it so that the Pulse is watching only stocks and not these inverse ETFs, which in essence can create a sort of a false reaction to the pulse, because you've got the inverse that are going up when the market's going down. It's not really the direction. They're skewing the direction. So I'm going to do that here, and I'm showing you that if you want to filter out ETFs, this is kind of like a trick of the trade. Put an earnings per share filter, positive or negative, and I'm going to hit OK, OK, and OK. Now we're starting over. I'm going to close this up. Expanded. This is a little bit of a cleaner pulse view. So now you're not going to get the ETFs polluting it, positive ETFs polluting the negatives, the positive stream, and negative ETFs and inverses. Now you're watching the pure stock versus stock directional bias. Rod, I'm grateful to be able to showcase this. I've often, so Hutch, you can customize these any way you want. You can theoretically just put, the reason I wanted to show you this specific example is, of course, you can put in the S&P stocks as a symbol. You can do anything you want, because this is a configuration. So I right click, configure. This is an alert window, right? So configure, you can go to symbol list. You can add an existing symbol list, 3D printers, where is our S&P, SPY, top 20 weighted, anything that you want, you can do. So you can create, well, give me the market pulse of the S&P. Give me the market pulse of the Qs. All this is possible. I'm just kind of translating into Money Machine examples where I'm like, okay, I'm going to go long automated in the Money Machine. But if I'm doing that, I'm probably going to be waiting until this thing right here crosses this thing. And guess what we're going to be adding? We're going to be adding an auto mode, where basically what I'm showing you here as a technique where I configured this, and I'm showing it to you, this will be part of the automated Money Machine automatic trade initiation and selection. So imagine, for example, you're only going long when this is above this. And when this is below this, you're just in pause mode. You're not initiating new positions because it ain't the right time. Rod, the beauty of what you're saying here, and this is why we do this. Most people, and Pepe is probably laughing when I say this. I mean, most people, when they use trade ideas, they're at like the 5 or 10% level of what's really capable. The software is so powerful that we should be a multi-billion-dollar business. But the weird thing is the world does not gravitate towards the best. It gravitates towards marketing bullshit. And our competitors, like TradingView, raised $4 billion. So they got pumped into every search engine and Google, and they gave their bullshit away for free. And everyone was like, oh, look, free charts. There's a system that's fighting against you. And if you don't know that, well, then you're missing a big component of the system. Trade Ideas is a tool that empowers you because we give you the power and flexibility to dive into data, if you so choose, in a more dynamic, moving, and comprehensive sort of way. Like, I love just being able to demonstrate that everybody should clearly see what is going on in the market. This is when we say market pulse, another way to view this is imagine a tug of war, okay? This is a tug of war. Okay. I mean, Tesla, it's doing Tesla shit. I mean, every day you're going to be plus or minus 10 points. But imagine again, here you're watching a tug of war. And what you want to do is you want to be on the side that is the strongest. And everything is relative to when you start looking. So again, if we're getting long in the money machine, okay, we're just not doing it yet, but we very well may start very soon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. Let me put this bad boy up here. Just try to put my money where my mouth is and demonstrate. Okay, so we're getting close to possibly starting an initiation. Okay. Right now, again, coin flip. Do you see? And again, the beauty, coin flip. But imagine what's happening here is something that you don't even have to do, but rather it's already integrated into the money machine settings. That's where we're moving. When you want to go buy, it will say, I'm not entering right now because the market pulse has been primarily negative. But right now, over the last couple of minutes, the green has taken over. So I'm going to go to money machine settings. Okay. I'm going to get long. Biggest gainers on pullback. I'm going to look at, again, just lots of power here. Change from the open. 3% stop. I'm going to hit save here. Still not like, I want to see this thing start to trend higher. Do you see what I'm saying? Jennifer, very soon, you guys are all coming in here to listen to me kind of showing you everything in progress. And I did want to actually trade this live today. I'm 100% next week going to trade it live on E-Trade. We've made huge progress, and I already did it once for everyone. But what I'm trying to show you is that we want to give you all of the, like, I don't want to have you swimming with sharks. I want to have you be in an advantageous position. I want you to be an advantage player. So here, okay, we've started to get a little bit positive. So I'm going to hit start. Okay. And let's see what happens. I might have, hold on, I'm going to hit stop again. Sorry. I think I have a setting that's off here. Change from the open. Yeah, I need to get that into 30-minute range. We've incorporated so many things that I can't, half the time I can't find what it is that I'm trying to. Bear with me here. Here we go. Change 30-minute percentage. There we go. I'm just going to say, and start. Okay. See what happens. Did I put in the right? Like sometimes, of course not. Of course not. Okay. Bear with me, you guys. Stop. The problem is, again, in this version, everything defaults to your paper trading account, and I want to be in a different account here. There we go. Okay. So let's see what happens. So this is what the money machine looks like. And I'm just showcasing that we're getting into it because the green is above the red today. So at least there's some bias in the general direction that we're trying to go into. What are we in? Okay. So we're into these stocks that are still pretty strong. They've had a pullback. But you can understand what it is that we're doing. And I'm not at all saying that this is going to work. Remember, this is a demonstration for webinar purposes, and I love doing this. But I kind of have to. 9 o'clock is not the optimum time for entries, but I'm really trying to lead by example and show you what it is that we are trying to do and what's possible. All right, let me get on to. Okay, Rod, you got an E-Trade account? Great. Yeah, Jennifer, we haven't done anything with the new list. The first one that we did got taken in 2 hours. That's how much demand is for this tech. So when we are ready, and again, we only want to be ready when it's ready to go. We don't want to jump in ahead of time. And remember, we're not saying that trading is easy. We're just saying that it is possible to do a lot of very cool automation. Okay. Examples. We're just trying to think that maybe this is a rebound and, we're trading the stocks that are the strongest in this type of market. Rod, soon. There's a lot of demand for this. We are completely innovating the automated trading component of trading. And one of the things that we're really working hard on is right now is like these things, like the biggest gainers, we're sort of slapping some stuff right here for testing. This right here, the strategy component, is really what's going to be quite powerful and graphic. And what you're seeing here is really under the hood sort of shit. This is not necessarily for mass market consumption. This is more for, and I joke, Pepe knows what I'm saying. A guy like Pepe, who has a substantial amount of trade ideas and expertise, can go through this and understand what these things are. They're not really necessarily meant for everybody, but as we are creating this for you, we're just showing you what we're working with. Part of this is the strategies. What are the things that we're looking at to enter? And what I want to show you here, I've done a couple of things. I'm gonna let me find where it is that I pasted them. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys a couple of cloud links. So these are some new potential money machine type entry signals, and I'm going to come into this one and I'm going to open it up. I'm going to say file, load from cloud, load. It's going to come up and notice what it says: big down days long. What am I trying to do here? I'm going to show you what I'm trying to do. Okay. When you see this, I'm trying to pick a bottom. Okay. So the position in range for the day, it's kind of off lows, but it's bouncing over 30 minutes. Do you see what I'm doing here? This stability. stability, so that now when you pull something like this up, or the money machine pulls this up, you can kind of understand that you're playing for this is the direction and you're bouncing off of here. Okay. And let me do something else. I want to go to configure and show you something else that I did here that's kind of critical. And this is, again, the power of the filters. So look at my position in 20-day range, minimum 55. Do you guys understand what's happening here? And I'm gonna go to columns, and I'm gonna go to search position in 20-day range, and I'm gonna say show column. Okay. All right. So today is the down day. This is telling you that over the last 20 days, it's still fairly strong. See, this is the daily pattern. It pulled back today, but is starting to bounce. Our position and range indicators, the ability to slice and dice up data, are some of the most powerful visualizations that you can get. ORN. Okay. You see this. Look at this chart. 23% over the last month. Okay. Very strong 20 days, pulled back today. That's this, but it's kind of stabilizing. Do you see the beauty and the power of what you are witnessing? Okay. Oops, let me switch this to, okay. And here we are in our, and again, obviously, let's see what I'm going to hide 0 positions, see what the hell happened here before. Oh, this was one that I was trading earlier. That I'm like, I don't remember doing that. Yeah, this is me doing some earlier BS. But we're taking 3% losses. That's what that looks like. And notice again, I didn't. These strategies are not filtered for ETFs. You're kind of looking at the dough in progress. This is really, again, in reality, I would never have leveraged ETFs in the money machine because I'm trying to go pure stock play. So from that point of view, some of this stuff is just me not doing the proper filter. Okay, but here, this is kind of looking like a good one. Bought that, bounce. And let me bring this, where did I put that window again? Hold on 1 second. Here we go. I'm gonna make it so that once again, the key that I want everyone to kind of focus on and bring this back to our Pepe is absolutely right. And Pepe, one of the big things that we're doing right now is internally, we're going full on. We're kind of taking the AI model of Grok and ChatGPT, and we're going to let the AI start to dive into our data and internally only, so that it can do some of the processing versus the stuff that we had coded years ago in our overnight routine. We have the best data. As Pepe said, I mean, our data, the stuff that I'm showing you, just a significantly different evolutionary step forward, and our database technology is one of a kind in fintech. This is why things like TrendSpider, you can't look at 5-minute highs or 10-minute highs on TrendSpider. And even though, again, they say that they have alerts, they don't. They say they have a scanner, they don't. A scanner does not work like that. A scanner works like this. Okay, and let me just give you a real quick example. New alert window. Okay, and I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to go to search, and I'm just going to give you high level stuff here. channel breakouts and breakdowns. Okay. Add alerts. And I'm going to see, I want these to be bigger. And then I'm going to filter it 2 to 30, relative volume of 2. Okay, and volume today, 500,000. I was going to say pattern. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. So this is the little channel that we spotted. Channel breakout from 566 to 74, 14 minutes, 57 seconds. This kind of data does not exist anywhere else but Trade Ideas. You can go to history, you can look at today. And again, these are all internal algorithms. You know, we can change them, we can adjust them. You can kind of see sometimes the data is very tight, you know, but here, STSS from 575 to 640, 2 hours and 8 minutes. So that's this right here. So it was in this channel and then boom, broke down. You see what's going on here? This is the channel. This is the breakdown. This is the message. So Jennifer, we have a lot of tech inside for API. It's not really for public consumption yet, but for example, we are adding TradeWave as an indicator and a buy signal so that you can use that with the money machine. And let me share this. Hold on one second. History, real time. Save and share. Okay. So you can already use any of our own indicators that we have. So the stuff that I was showing you, configure, Windows specific filters, like any of the indicators that you see, search, filter, any of these indicators that we have, and we have a ton of them, VWAP, you know, Bollinger Bands, RSI. You can use any of these to create custom strategies. And let me again give you an example. I'm going to go to configure and select the words. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the channel breakout. I'm going to only look at the channel breakdowns. Okay. And I'm going to hit OK. So this is telling you channel breakdown, right? Very simple. How does, like, for example, our AI work and all of that stuff? What is it powered by? Well, I'm going to show you any event that you see in Trade Ideas you can test. I'm going to right click. Now, this is a premium product, but most subscribers tend to gravitate toward premium for this reason, because you can go and say, okay, I wake up at 6:30, I wait for 15 minutes. Okay. I don't put on any new trades after 11. Okay. And I hold this for, and again, hypothetically speaking, at the close. So I'm going to simulate buy. So I ran through 327 simulations that had a 47.7 success win rate. I'm doing this is all manual, right? I'm just showing you the power that's available. But you can come here in the optimization tab and you can say, well, this is interesting. Okay, what can I do here? So from 18 to 20, so like these lower stocks kind of had a shitty area, but from 12 higher, you did a little bit better. Okay, so like right away, I can go configure Windows specific filters and say, okay, maybe my price should be 12. And I'm just giving you a high level example of what we do, but this is done in a gigantic programmatic way with in sample, out of sample, and all sorts of other things to help you find where the strategy is. So I just turned this from a losing strategy to a winning strategy by going to optimization and just checking on the prices. Now, there's an interesting thing here. You can almost split it up into, and obviously price is a little bit, random. Time of day. Okay. Interesting thing right here. 8 trades that happen. So it's almost like you're spotting the algorithms that you're working against. Like ignore this time, maybe get out of these trades earlier. So, so for example, let's just try it one more time. Right click, back test strategy. And I'm saying instead of 11, I'm going to go to 10. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm just playing with the data. And of course, Jennifer, yes, all the that's available in our premium subscription. Holly, our AI, is also there, and it's our first generation AI, and it's pretty powerful. I'm going to bring it in here in a second. And just kind of showcase what it is. And all probabilistic trades, these are signals that were generated today. Not everything wins, that's impossible, but we are getting you in the in-play names. And some of the biggest ones are, done long-term too. Like here, I try to showcase the fact that our AI is not hunting for day trades. Every day trade is also looking for potentially long-term runners. So here we had an entry signal at 520 for Pony at 423. Had huge volume, all the other stuff. And, we've gone from 520 to 11 in 1, 2, and 3 days. So 100% in 3 days. This does not happen all the time. I'm just showing you what we're hunting for and that we are successful in doing. Okay. It's not always pretty. Let me bring this in here, but you can also see what it is that we try to find. So in this particular example, and I've been in this one before, this one, huge volume, urgently. You can understand why the AI is telling you, take a look at this. And the signal was today, let me switch that back to here. This is one of my positions in it from before, and that's why you're not seeing it. But the AI signal is at 1680. This is the kind of volatility that, you're talking about. It's been up here. Now it's at 14. And it's gone from 5 to 14 in a relatively quick move. KOD, another example. of what we're trying to do, and why we're one of the top subscription services. We're hunting hardcore. Notice here that Holly and the Tradewave are kind of in sync. 307, and I mean, what if it keeps going? I mean, that's the whole point of what we're trying to do. Holly does both gainers and losers together. She goes long and short. So here's an example of a Holly sell signal at 78 today. Sorry, 75.41, right here. So every day there are long and short trades that Holly gives our subscribers, and we're constantly working to give you the best trades possible on both sides, the long side and the short side. Another example, 315 to 381. And you can see the volume. See, like, this is one of the things that Holly's looking for. This volume is a little bit of a poker tell. Something happened here, huge reversal, and this is still like, what I would say is, even though there's no volume in it right now, but the news, the second wave could be coming. So that's why I have it on my stocks that I like list that I'm watching. Right now, Jennifer, we're bringing back the ability for you to trade Holly with the broker. Right now, that's not on because there's been some technological issues associated with that, and but that's coming back very, very soon. But you can automate similar strategies to Holly's, all completely within Trade Ideas Pro, fully automated, and you can trade them on E-Trade IB, and we can help you get that going. And you can set it up to trade NVIDIA, Tesla, all sorts of different stuff. Again, I think, Justin, what you were saying, you have the full flexibility. It's whether you want to trade the big momentum movers or the big caps, that is all strictly up to you. All right, let's, Jennifer, love hearing that. We're way better. TradingView is a marketing machine, and God bless them. I mean, they raised $4 billion during the COVID panic. I'm going to give you guys some funny stuff here. Hold on a second. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a poet. And if you didn't, here, you can read our reason why we think we're better than TradingView. And I think the fact that this is on our website will tell you everything that you need to know about Trade Ideas and our competitors and who it is that you're subscribing to. This is a very good summary of so many things about Trade Ideas. So Hutch, do me a favor. We're almost out of time on the live stream. Shoot help an email, and they will help you dial that in. It's just creating a symbol list, and you can do anything you want. My dog agrees. But we will totally dial that in for you, and just can't cover it on the live stream. All right, you guys. This is it. This is Trade Ideas in a nutshell. You saw something really cool today, and I hope you enjoyed it. The Market Pulse is an incredible piece of tech. I put it in the chat so everyone can see it. Trader Joe, all of this will be automated. That's one of the things why it's taking a little bit. We're trying to automate everything, so really you can say go or don't go, and that's how it's going. All the stops, all the should you be in, should you be out. Like for example, right now, I love this example, and I'm just gonna explain it to you. Something that imagine the money machine doing something like this right now. Boom, boom. Okay, because this just crossed to the negative. So if you're so in essence, it's stopping, taking whatever profits, whatever losses, it's getting you out because you're long and it's getting red. And this can be all on autopilot. You're going to go green if it's right here. I think that's when we were doing it. And now it's just a simple wait and pause. All right, you guys, love everybody here. Really enjoyed doing this. Yes, Jennifer, that's what we're pushing. Yes. The idea is that we want to help the system make smarter decisions for you so that you're more like in the Tesla self-driving car, or in the way the Hummer can park for you. It's doing it for you. You don't have to do it. So, all right. Love you guys. Thank you. So many people. Really appreciate everybody being here. And we will see you again next week. And next week, most likely, you're going to get a little bit of live trading with the money machine and probably some really cool improvements from what you're seeing here. All right, you guys. Talk to you soon. Thank you and have a great Wednesday.